It is the year 2472, and the Earth has suffered a great calamity. Hundreds of years of popular culture have vanished. Without the sacred films and texts for guidance, civilization is devoid of anything cool. Then, 3 incubation chambers are unearthed, and from within, men from the time of the great blockbusters emerge. Now, through highly interesting conversations, they share invaluable insight about what once was. The movies, the shows, the comics, toys, and books. This is the Hyperspace.
Podcasting in the 25th century.
Welcome in, podcast pioneers, to the Hyperspace. Podcasting in the 25th century, the interweb's first and only podcast. My name's Matt.
I'm Jared.
I'm Mike.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, I tell you, we've been talking about doing this for some time now.
Yeah, we
It's
have.
not the one-chip challenge, though.
No, not yet. Not yet.
That will maybe come.
That is, it's a different kind of challenge.
It is. And you know what? It's a challenge to some, but, it's a guilty pleasure for others. Tonight, we are going to give you our commentary and hope that you watch along with us. 1984's masterpiece or catastrophe, depends on who you ask. David Lynch's Dune. That's exactly right. We've been talking about doing a commentary on this for some time, ever since they kind of announced the new Dune. We've kind of been toying back and forth, revisiting this movie. And I got to tell you, I talked about this often. I love this movie, so I'm looking forward to watching this.
Mike, what are your thoughts on this film?
My thoughts on this film are, it's not really a good movie, but it does have a level of charm to it that
Certainly
makes it, I think it's more of like a study. You can look at it and this is where it all goes wrong, basically.
You're not wrong. And I think that's a very good description of it. This movie I saw as a kid, and I didn't know what the heck I just watched. Even after watching it, I'm like, I had no idea what had just happened. So
Yeah.
It actually pushed me to read the book because it had my interest peaked, but I didn't know what I just watched. So it actually drove me into the Dune series. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
But we're going to share our thoughts with this masterpiece, again, or catastrophe, with you right now.
Okay, so we're going to be watching this is, by the way, the theatrical cut of the film. I understand there are about 78 cuts of this movie available.
Not the Ali Smithy cut.
Yeah, I think there's a 17-hour cut somewhere,
Yeah.
but this is the theatrical cut. And we're going to be watching a digital version of that. And we're going to start with our timers at 0.
I'm running a 35 millimeter.
Oh, okay. So, Mike, you have a whole different process then. Me and Matt will just zero out our counter and then start the digital file. So, Matt, why don't you, finish up the spice that you're indulging in and get this party started. Your eyes are turning blue.
This is a difficult process, but I'm pretty sure you guys can follow along.
Okay.
We have all our counters at 0,
Yes.
as we hope you do too at home. I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1, go. And I'm going to press play,
Oh, shoot.
just like you.
Wait.
So everyone get your nose plugs ready. Make sure your still suits are desert fashion. And hang on. We're about to ride some sandworms with 1984's Dune in 3, 2, 1, go.
Playing.
All right.
Oh, man. Here we go. Universal logo. Just like our commentary on the Burbs.
Still no clouds.
No clouds.
It's a good weather day for the world, I guess.
But, if they were clever, they would have made that Arrakis and not Earth.
I know, but
I doubt the Universal was that invested in it.
They're probably like, let's just get this done. Dino De
Dino
Laurentiis.
Was always, I didn't realize he had 2 eyes at the end. As many times as I've seen his name. I feel like if you look at history of Dino De Laurentiis.
This, I think,
he was-
might be one of her first appearances. By
He
the
was
way.
always looking for a Star Wars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, how's it going?
I met her. I spent a good hour talking to her one night.
I remember
Yeah.
you told us this.
And she's an interesting person.
This is Virginia Madsen?
Yeah. I told her how much I loved this movie with her in it, and she's like, "Thank you."
She's like,
It's almost like
Did she
Great
really?
night.
you're the only one.
I knew you were out there.
The Spice Melange.
She was
Oh,
like, this was
come
supposed
back to me. Come back. Come back.
Whoa.
Wait,
Wait,
Yeah, I love this. Oh, I guess she's
Shh.
done. Is she
come
done?
back. There you are.
Oh,
Oh.
it's back.
Shoo. You know, the editor one day said, "Hey, Dino,
No, you know
David,
what?
come check this out. Look at this great effect."
There's a reason for that. I forget. It's on the commentary, and they talk about why that happened.
She's probably folding space.
No, I think like they ran out of film or something.
Oh, it's a
they-
real reason?
Yeah, there's like a real reason that happened.
Like they ran out of a reel?
I can't remember specifically.
I will tell you, for as much as
Oh
I
no,
love
this
this
is
movie,
my favorite. Like, oh yes, I forgot to tell you.
I'm very thin on the trivia on this movie. I don't know the background.
Oh, before I
Oh.
fade away for good this time, there's one more thing I need to add. The most important aspect of Spice, I almost forgot to tell you.
She was gorgeous back then.
The Fremen.
Who have long held a prophecy that a man would come,
A man.
a Messiah, who would lead them to true freedom.
Imagine
True
sitting
freedom.
in the theater and you see this and you're like,
Planet
What?
is Arrakis.
I don't
Okay.
know, because this right here could lead you into some hope if you read the books, because the book starts just like this. Not quite like that. But her giving you that kind of narrative is in line with the book.
well, she's like every chapter starts out.
Yeah, she's the narrator.
Every
she's the narrator
chapter,
of the whole
yeah.
thing.
It was one of her books that she
Oh,
wrote
Kit
about
West.
the Maudib.
So when they were filming this concurrently in the same location, they were doing Conan the Destroyer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the same location.
Wow. So the lesson there is don't make a movie at this location.
It was made in Mexico, and there's a
Yes, it
funny
was.
story when they went to the pit where they were going to shoot in. It was the place where the locals threw their dead dogs, so they had to clean out all the dead dogs before they could start building their sets.
Oh, wow.
I hadn't heard that, but that's disgusting.
It's true.
Of course, the music
They got
here,
the
what is
Curse del Perro Muerto on them.
I love the music, by the way.
it? Yeah, the
the
music
music's
is great.
great. Toto.
Yeah.
Progressive rock band from the 80s.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know the lead singer Toto what his name is, but he is a composer, and that's how he was trained. Rock and roll was like his hobby.
Yeah.
So the guy had some real training, and I love the score. Always have.
Yeah, it's a good score.
Which I kind of think they missed out on the new Dune. It wasn't quite as
No, it was Hans
In
Zimmer
tune.
just falling asleep on a keyboard, basically.
Planet
Now hold on,
Arrakis.
is this? I believe this is. Isn't this?
This is a
Kyle
film book.
MacLachlan?
We're gonna see Kyle in a second.
Yeah, but isn't him doing this voiceover?
I don't think so.
Listen, it's him.
yes,
just-
you're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
he's trying to
that's
pitch
Kyle.
up his voice
Yeah,
a little bit.
That's Kyle. There's no question.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
That should have been the Universal logo.
I like how they just stopped it and then it faded. It just didn't keep going and
You
fade.
know, the spaceship designs on this movie are so odd.
You know what?
There's a lot of
when
that
I
in
look
the
at that
80s, though.
shot there, I get a Flash Gordon vibe, 1980.
Yeah, but it's a little
Big
more abstract. It's
Yeah.
almost like if you, like, that's the thing about this movie is you don't look at anything and are able to like identify what the hell it is.
Sure, yeah.
What?
You're like,
What is that?
That's why I said I watched this as a kid and really walked away with no idea what I just watched.
I like. Look how distracting the
confusing.
ceiling is.
sure.
But I mean, that's a heck of a lot of production right
And
there.
apparently
Look
they
at the
have
set design.
dogs and
Now, one thing I always thought when watching this movie is, had George Lucas made the prequels in the 80s, this is probably what it would have looked like. You know,
You're probably right. You're probably right. In fact, that probably stopped him from making the prequels. He's probably like, oh, I can't.
yeah, there's
I
no
can't.
way I could do this right now. Oh, there goes the cloak.
You know, there are people that picked it up for you. You just got to drop it. Now, I thought the Bene Gesserit, I think she in this movie was better than the cast in the new movie.
Yeah, she's good.
She's creepy.
What's this actor's name?
It's a Mexican actor, Jose something.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. He's here, my lord.
Look at these things.
Okay.
I tell you what, these things are actually, of all the stuff from the books, these things I think they got the closest.
To what was in the book?
Yeah, because if you read the opening of Dune Messiah, there's a navigator, and it's. I mean, when I read that,
Cedric the Navigator.
I pictured this thing.
I tell you, my mind was corrupted with this movie because when I read Dune, I saw a lot of this in my
Oh,
mind.
sure. Yeah.
This is weird. This is just. And what are the? Is that a kazoo in that guy's mouth back there?
Yes. But I like the translator. I like the translator.
But you know,
Yeah,
much like
but I'm saying-
Star Wars, this has kind of a, as George Lucas had said, an aged futuristic look. You know,
Jose
things aren't.
Ferrero.
Yeah.
There you go. Things aren't exactly new. Some things look old and.
But
Sure.
I'm
I don't know,
saying
steampunk,
there's
I don't
like no reason for look. Like I look this guy in the back. His job is to vacuum. I mean, it's so weird. It's like, you know what? We need a guy.
I never
vacuuming.
saw that guy vacuuming.
There is a lot of
What's
randomness.
that tablet back there? It looks like a kindergartner's like ABC tablet behind it.
Now, but this navigator is like amazing. Like this is an amazing puppet.
That line is throwing up.
This is really spectacular looking. You got to give this thing.
Well, there was a lot of practicals on this.
But this looks
this movie.
great. I mean, this is really good looking prop. That
Does that make you happy?
looks like a bad. I like the TV antennas in the background behind the.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was your journey?
It was great. Thanks for asking. Look at me.
I mean, coming into this movie as a kid with no background in the books or any of the verbiage or the
He's got syphilis.
none of it. I had no idea what the glossary of these names that they're talking about. I was so
Yeah.
lost.
The one mistake here is his eyes should be blue.
It is. This should be blue. But this is some great. I mean, I don't know how you hate this. This is great sci-fi right here. For early
I don't
80s.
say I hate it. I just don't think it's good. It's
No, no,
weird.
I didn't-
It's weird for the sake of being weird. I think
Yes.
that's my problem with it. It's not. It doesn't feel inspired. It's just like let's just be weird.
It's a technique involving sound.
I love this.
The Duke is becoming more popular.
I have to describe this thing.
It's true.
This
too.
is all.
To occupy Arrakis,
uh,
to mine the spice, thus
What's the word when
Exposition.
you're
enemies the
disposition? That's all this is.
No, it's
exposition.
exposition.
Exposition. This is all exposition.
they will gain.
It's just, them just talking about the story.
They're-
Will return to Arrakis and launch a sneak attack on
Then in scene 43,
To be fair, he did just spill the beans about everything.
Sure.
He
But
didn't
that's
even,
in the
like,
book.
like hesitate. I know.
look how happy he is about it too. He's like, I'm going to kill everyone. It's going to be great. You should come.
So the navigators basically they have a stronghold on the whole known universe because they control space travel. So they're basically saying, look, we know you're up to something. You gotta tell us and cut us in on it, or else we're gonna cut you out.
Well, they have
So
to.
he has no choice.
They
He has
have
no
to.
choice.
They have to fly the troops there. They have.
Yeah.
They need the guild to like fly the troops there. Without
Yeah,
that,
they
they
have-
can't do it.
The guild has unbelievable amount of leverage on the entire known universe here.
But see, what we learned is Paul figures out
Shh.
they actually have the leverage. What's that sign back there up there broken? Science? It says something science.
Behind her,
No, him, the navigator. When they pull the navigator out, look at the little sign above him.
I don't know, but behind her is a bunch of like really poorly written. letters
He's
and
like-
numbers.
That went pretty well, I think. Like no vacuum. They're like all this crap that leaked
Oh
out
yeah,
of
look,
that thing.
they're polite. Look at all that gunk. What a mess.
Something like
let's go all down the
science.
hall.
Laws is the climate science, something like that. I don't know.
There's a whole subsect of employees that are really upset that navigator just showed up.
Ah, dang it! He's gonna
Look at
leak
this
all
fun
over
group.
the place.
It's like the Karen committee.
Yikes.
Gosh.
I don't know. They look a little too quiet to be
You
caring.
know, they're just judging the entire time. There's judging. Planet
Caladan.
Caladan, home of House Atreides.
You know, Frank Herbert was accused George Lucas of ripping him off,
Well,
which I don't think that's accurate.
I think
It took place
many-
on a desert planet. That's it.
A
super bad. Now, I'm going to say that the actress that plays Jessica is smoking freaking hot.
Yes, she was. She's a looker. This is an interesting medium. How they keep throwing in the the narration throughout
It's
the movie.
because they have to. Well, I guess you don't going to know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I could hear you coming, Gardy.
I mean, look at these. I mean, it's not the biggest set, but they made a lot of sets.
Oh,
to
here
shoot
starts
this movie.
Here starts the voiceovers. This movie is
Every thought is a
chocked
whisper.
full. Oh yeah, I know what I think. I think like that. Do I want
I
frozen
drank a lot
pizza?
of water earlier.
or do I want to eat up a hot
I feel
dog
like I
for
must
dinner?
urinate immediately.
I really need to find a bathroom.
Can I make it till I get home, or should I consider stopping at a gas station?
Yeah. Once again, I didn't make it at Cracker Barrel the other day when I met Mike. Yes.
There.
Man, that planet is just like an onyx.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting film book he's watching. Uh-oh. The Joy Luck Club.
He's come here to tell.
Look at these eyebrows. Aren't they great?
Well, what's happened is Sam Beckett has leaped into Paul, and Al's there to help him.
And Captain Picard came along.
Ziggy says
too.
your father is going to be assassinated.
Or he's supposed to be 15 here.
I heard you.
No, I did like.
Well.
I still like Paul McLaughlin.
Oh
Paul
no, he's the
McLaughlin.
standout.
Kyle McLaughlin was great.
No, he is. It's even when you read the book.
I don't have
it's
a
hard.
big problem with
It's-
the cast. I
it's
think the
hard.
cast is pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's not a home run.
No, but it's not horrible. You can't say that.
Oh
this is
no,
like,
no.
a
That's
bad
that's the
cast.
thing about this movie is like it's one of those instances where all the pieces and parts are there. They just don't fit together.
Yeah, it just was. It's a hard thing to stitch together.
I wish they had put his actual scar on his face.
Yeah.
Not in the mood. Not in the mood.
Loaded
Mood's a thing for cattle
and lovemaking.
I will say all of Gurney Halleck's part in this movie was pretty much right on with the book.
Well, it's Patrick Stewart.
Okay, now this
The
here's
Shield,
something that-
man.
a real timepiece of the
This
Tron
is-
legacy.
Yeah,
here.
Tron.
It's the
Absolutely.
Gumby
Yeah.
shield.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that really hurts the movie.
You know, when I saw it as a kid, I actually thought it was kind of an interesting. But you watch it now, and it is definitely strange.
They probably thought they were.
But
so
is it
clever.
really any more different? This dialogue is pretty much straight out of the book.
It is.
Mhm.
Pata. I pulled out my wiener.
Whoa! Which, by the way, that shot always confused me because it's the angle from where his hand is juxtaposed to where they're physically standing. It's reversed,
Yes.
so it kind of looks like Paul threw a knife on his crotch too.
Look at Dean Stockwell's.
Yeah.
I mean, what in the world does he have on his shirt?
He's
I mean,
a doctor, man.
his entire
He's a
office.
souk doctor.
It's like
He's ready to go wherever he goes.
I know. I mean, it's like I need to do an emergency vasectomy. Hold on.
Which, by the way, Dean Stockwell in this was fantastic. Also, as small of a role as he had.
Oh yeah. Well, Dean Stockwell's great.
I've obtained a film book of a small specimen.
But see, look how stiff his. And I don't blame him for this.
There have been documented
Oh, this
Rob
is like
Lowe.
some really bad ADR too.
50 meters in the deep desert,
He's definitely dubbed.
far from where we'll be in Aragon.
Oh yes.
The desert belt.
Rob Lowe was in line to play Paul Atreides,
Oh really? I didn't know that.
and David Lynch at the end kind of went back against the studio and
Some of them in the city.
convinced him to cast.
You know, it's
Kyle.
interesting as much of a nightmare as this movie was for Lynch. It didn't affect his relationship with De Laurentiis because the next movie he made was Blue Velvet for Dino, and Dino De Laurentiis was basically, do whatever you want.
So they all believed in the project. It wasn't until it got into edit where there was a lot of disagreement that happened.
I think with all the stories I hear about Dino De Laurentiis is he was actually like a pretty laid back dude. Like when Sam Jones went back and apologized to him for being such a jerk on Flash Gordon, he said Dino De Laurentiis was like, don't worry about it. It's all water under the bridge.
By the way, I'm not redubbing your voice back in.
On Flash Gordon. Okay, it took me a minute there.
Thank you for your apology. Your voice is not going back in the movie.
Dude, those mentats are like some hairy dudes.
Yeah, frightening.
Yeah,
It's like an
juice of
unshaved
Sappho.
vagina.
Yeah, there you go.
I love this music track. The weirding module is like completely fabricated for the movie.
Yeah, they did it because
Did they want a lightsaber?
no, they were debating on whether to keep the weirding way, which was the Bene Gesserit, kind of like a martial art.
Right.
And they felt that it was going to become too much like a Dune kung fu movie. So they switched it out to this creation, which completely threw everyone who was a Dune fan for a loop. But I got to tell you, it carried on.
It's not a bad idea. It's not.
I think it worked for the movie.
Yeah, I think it worked for the movie.
It worked for Dune 2, the building of a dynasty video game for my Commodore.
I don't remember that. I never
They had
played it.
Sonic tanks and all that stuff. See, this is fascinating stuff.
This is one of my favorite music tracks. You are deep.
My name is a killing word.
Can it be a healing word as well? This is a great.
Look at that. That's a wild contraption for the movie.
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty
pretty cool.
This,
Yeah, no,
this looks like something from Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh,
Except they would have like
Gordon.
like for some reason a cave in the background and vines or something.
Yeah, and like there would be barely dressed women standing around it.
And shiny pieces of ridiculous fabric. Precise control.
Also, I like the way that he completely obliterates this thing. It's funny in the book. That thing was basically like a dummy, like a man-shaped dummy. Look, this set. It's just so busy, and I think
I
think what it was supposed to be made
Geiger
of.
kind of
Yeah.
look to it.
Yeah, but I think what they were going for was supposed to be like wood, since the planet was a water planet. So
Very
that's all
organic.
supposed to be. Yeah, it's just too busy. This guy, his character,
not the right cast for Duncan.
Well, not only that, he's so significant in the book
Oh.
that he's almost like a blip in the movie.
That's an interesting choice because anyone who's read the book, to your point, knows that Duncan Idaho was a major player up to a point. And
Yeah.
he was almost non-existent in this movie.
Yeah, he's in like the next few books.
And who would have guessed that the Dune saga would be really, Duncan Idaho's story?
Well, I know Frank Herbert did because he was obviously just making it up as he went along.
He said, son, someday get with an amateur writer and continue my stories.
Well, his books, his last couple were like, I like God Emperor Doom. I thought God Emperor of Doom was good, but after that, you go
Oh, it gets
Chapter
weird.
House and
It gets
Heretics. You're like, oh, what?
It gets weird.
I think this is a miscast right here.
Jurgen Prochnow?
Yeah.
I like Jurgen.
Plus, he has like no one else has this accent he has.
The heavy German accent.
It's like, where
with
are
this
you
scruffy looking
from?
face.
I mean, I got nothing against him as an actor. I just think
he had
he's
just.
he's
I could be
great in
wrong.
Judge Dredd.
I think this just came off when he filmed Das Boot, if I'm not mistaken. He was not long off Das Boot, so he was kind of being talked about in the industry. But I like him. He always has that kind of unusual presence.
I
about
just
him.
I just don't think he's cast well here.
They sleep and must awaken.
Here's a funny little side story. Iron Maiden wrote a song based on this book, and Frank Herbert fought tooth and nail to try to keep them from releasing the song.
Well, he knew.
They had to change the name. I guess it was originally called Dune, and they had to change it to Tame.
What an
Tame the Land.
unusual choice for there. I'm sorry, that weird fade out.
Well, the significance is of the ring.
I know, but it was a weird fade out choice. Choice
All I know
to
is
end that scene.
That blanket looks. No wonder he's sweating.
Paul, would you like the leather blanket?
Here's some latex.
No, the real
sheets.
thick, heavy one.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
That's
Is
a
this
good
the beginning of a James Bond movie? Oh, there it is.
The mouse shadow.
Which you can't. There's no
Yeah,
way
they
you
feel-
can identify any sort of mouse shape on that thing.
You could if they really helped you with it.
Tell me if you're
This-
home as well.
One of the few movies that she, I think, remained sane on. Sean Young. It's not a bad design for a cloak, a giant built-in umbrella.
Yeah, it looks like a...
But then again, if the wind's the wrong way, you're just nothing but catching it. and storing it. That furs is going to stay wet all day.
I might lose my son. See more
Okay,
wood.
so what the scene coming up with the hand in the box,
Oh.
I think in this movie was done far better than the scene in the new movie. in
No,
my
it's
opinion.
it's a well done scene. Yes, yeah, I agree. But see, I'm not a big fan of the recent film version. So, like, I would watch this over that one any day of the week.
Well, I put it out there in the chain today. Apparently, in Esquire magazine, David Lynch has put it out there that he wants to recut a director's cut, doing it his own way.
I'd like to see that. I don't know if it'd be any better, but I'd like to
Well,
see it.
if he could get his hands on some actual raw film and maybe update some special effects and, you know,
I don't think they should update the effects. I think they should keep it like it is in the movie. Look at her. Gosh, she's so good looking.
I'll pay for all your mistakes, and your son will pay with you.
You know what else she's been in?
Krull.
Yeah, she was
What
in
was-
Krull.
She was married to someone for a while.
Yeah, Paul's having fever dreams, and to your point, you're right. That leather blanket is absurd.
Ray Fiennes. She was with Ray Fiennes for a long time.
Wow. She's done a bunch
Sure.
of British things I haven't
Yes.
seen.
She's a foreign actress. God, look how good looking she is. Ugh. So good looking.
Wow, now you really get a full glance of that blanket.
Is he
Sorry
in
for the height of
it's
it.
like he's in a straitjacket underneath it. He's
It's
just
like that-
laying there, like with
Who
his
sleeps
arms
like that? Like,
Nobody.
on their back.
with their
flat?
arms straight.
Real slick, Paul.
Look at how that's set. It's so.
That's a lot of work. put
I
on that
know. I
set.
mean, it's like.
And that's a minor 2-second shown set.
Yeah.
He's listening to us.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
See you in your mother's chambers in 1/4 of an hour.
Is that really an easier way to saying 15 minutes?
Yeah. 1/4 of an hour. Yes. Oh.
Note how they gave
But
her
I'm late for the Renaissance.
smartly that
Festival.
auburn colored hair in this.
What?
Jessica has that auburn reddish kind of hair.
Yes.
There's a reason.
She's so good looking. Look at the
there's
window.
a
That
lot
window's
going
so
on.
small. What a
Yeah.
crappy room that would be in.
I know,
Hey,
what
thanks,
is-
thanks for the window. Why, you want to just get a half-inch drill bit and just drill a little hole?
Well, we
Little
spent all
tiny
our money
beam of
on these
light.
useless sculptures behind you. Nothing left for a window.
It's a very dramatic life.
Jessica,
You know it must be done.
it must be.
I mean, all the scroll work, you're right. Everything, every little prop, every set wall is just
Very
really ornate.
It's busy. It's too busy. I'm sure when they were on the set, they were like, "Oh my gosh, this looks amazing! Look at all
Yeah,
the
to
detail."
stand on the set must have been impressive.
And then when you're like watching the movie, you're like, "Where are the actors?"
They're high-fiving each
What
other.
am I supposed to look at?
Nailed it.
She's using the voice. The voice. That's when you pull out your little glossary you got. What's the voice? What's the voice? I think one of the things they mentioned is that people brought their kids to see this movie,
Well, yeah.
and they were like, "What in the hell?"
I mean, it's not untrue. I mean, I saw this when I was probably 11, maybe a year after this came out, and I didn't know what the
Well,
heck I
yeah.
was
This
watching.
was a year after Return of the Jedi, so it had a toy line
Yeah.
and everything. So
Mhm.
they were hoping for that kind of success.
You know, it's possible that in that shot right there, he's doing his best just to clench his cheeks together because apparently most of the cast caught
Well, they were in Mexico.
Oh,
the
Montezuma's Revenge.
Montezuma's Revenge and had a serious issue.
oh, man. Much like the tube trots Mike had in a previous episode.
Yeah, I'm glad you recovered, Mike.
Oh, jeez.
That's how we explained your absence with
Yeah,
sound
that was-
effects as well.
I don't know what would have been worse, actually having that or what I got.
All right,
No,
now
this is a
this
this is a
creepy.
good scene. This is a good
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
It is. That's why I'm saying overall the movie's not good, but it has. I own it. I mean, I own this movie. I think there's value in it.
Oh, my.
I mean, I think especially after the new one has come out, I think people are rediscovering this one and the qualities that it had, albeit flawed. And, you know, it's an interesting telling of the story.
No, I think they. You know what? I think they tried to stay as close to the book as possible.
Man.
And I have to tell you, Kyle MacLachlan really can act circles around
Oh, that kid was terrible.
around the new kid who played Paul, that moping, emo, like just sulking Paul Atreides.
Young
Young
human.
Young human. Oh, my gosh. Why did you have to do that?
It slipped.
It's the actual sound effect when it came out with the box.
A human can resist any pain. Our test is crisis and observation.
Imagine after seeing this movie, they're like, "God, I shaved my head for this." I'm just joking.
Uh,
I didn't mean that. I mean, you know what? They made a movie that people are going to watch for years. So
yeah.
Do you know of the water of life? The bile from the newborn worms of Arrakis.
I have heard of it.
in passing,
I have heard of it.
we talk about it at school sometimes.
I will tell you, 10,000 years in the future, they have terrible dental plans. Her teeth are shiny silver and black.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I always wondered about like, did they brought out and they replaced them with metal?
Chewing on charcoal all day.
Oh, that's way worse. Is he alive? Is he alive? Now listen, I think there's a voiceover. Okay, why did they have to put that in? I mean, clearly she can see he's alive.
My son.
They're establishing she has her own inner monologue,
My son, he's alive.
which actually is such a crazy device in this movie because sometimes you don't know who's saying what. Like there are definite voices in here that you can recognize, but
That's
there's
because they're all
some characters
whispering.
like the shout out Mapes throws one in there, and you're like, why?
Yeah, everyone gets a VO. You get a VO, and you get a VO.
That's exactly right. He's angry.
Look at this.
Big mouth. I still don't know what that represents. I don't know what that is.
It's like belching smoke.
I know.
Look, that is nothing. That's like a Borg ship.
Yeah.
This I love this little. I don't think this thing he says is from the book.
No, they made it up, but I like it.
Yeah, it works.
He does it very well. To me, that's very Dune.
He does this really well. And the Harkonnen, Baron Harkonnen is great too, man. The actor who played him was in the Salem's Lot TV movie, which is probably my favorite vampire movie of all time. And he plays the sheriff. He's really good in that too.
Again, the cast was not that bad. It's just
no. And the old man is. Oh well, I'll wait till we get there.
Yeah.
See, that's so.
Nice brakes, all squeaky.
He takes a step and goes. Dum, 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 dum.
Okay, so
I'm okay.
a lot of these suits that we're seeing here,
Those are soda cura.
were body bags.
Really?
That have been
Oh,
used.
yeah, that's right.
That have been used, and they didn't tell the production design that they were.
See this.
Why?
I remember.
How useless are they as employees at this point?
I remember.
John, what did you hear and see?
I had a subscription to Twilight Zone magazine, and they did an article on this movie before it came out, and they showed those dudes with their ears sewed shut. And it's
I remember
it's
they called it what, Entertainment Tonight before E. Like I remember them doing a big expose on this movie when it was being made, and like this is a big deal.
This is so disgusting. I mean, this is really disgusting.
I sometimes try to pop my zits in this way. I have a whole system.
Jared, it looks like you're leaving Arrakis there, by the way, on the side of your screen.
Oh, wow. That's not... I can't have that.
The old man
don't fold space that quick, buddy.
The old man cleaning out his blackheads was in the VTV movie.
Yes, he was.
And that guy behind him is the dude that was in Elephant. Oh, wait. No, Eraserhead.
Who, right there? Beast Raban?
No, that's Bluto. The big guy's Bluto from the Popeye
It is
movie.
Bluto. Yeah. I never put that together. You're right. Oh, that's funny.
No, the guy on the left there with the orange hair, he was also on Twin Peaks. He's Eraserhead.
That other guy, he was a singer, right?
Was he? I don't recognize him. Didn't he do like a charity dinner?
Something, yeah, with Warwick Davis.
This guy playing Beast Raban has such a good laugh. It's such like a movie laugh.
No other great house of the Landsdraad must ever know of the Emperor's aid to the bear.
I think there's a scene they cut out where a guy walks in to water the flowers and he pulls his heart plug, and it's a really disturbing scene. This is disgusting. I mean, it's just gross.
And there's no mention of anything like that in the book, of him having a skin condition.
And they take a little bug and they squish the juices out of it.
Dude, that's the Capri Sun. He's enjoying it as a Capri Sun.
Yeah, it's just whatever. Throw it anywhere.
I think he gets a kick out of that.
As they walk past, someone squats and takes a big dump in that water.
Your skin loved to me.
Bizarre.
Oh, I guess it is in this. I thought they cut it out.
For all eternity.
Meanwhile, Tulip.
That guy is a terrible actor. I gotta put these fake flowers here.
Well, I love how he spits.
Yeah, he's disgusting. He's
great though.
He
He's
is
great.
so gross. No, he is. He's great, but he's hard to look at. That hair on the left side of his face is making me crazy.
He's selling it right there.
Oh, he's terrific.
I won't tell you. Yeah, that's right.
Hell no! This is on the soundtrack. Hell no! I've heard this like 1,000 times. And then it cuts to the music on the track. There it is.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, he goes up to the oil pouring out of the ceiling.
I know. What is that supposed to be?
He just loves it. They love it. Look, they can't get enough. I think they kept his regular feet. Meanwhile,
Turn on the violator.
great.
And this is where everybody who bought a Dune Happy Meal leaves the theater. Is that David Bowie?
That was the heart plug in the Happy Meal, right? Everyone got a heart plug?
Exactly.
Look, mommy. Pull my heart plug. Look, I like how Sting is like, man, this is too much for me. Even like back in it's like, this is terrible. And this is where the parents pack up their kids and leave the theater. Too far? Oh, now he likes it.
This is what I'll do.
Wait, is that a voiceover?
Worth.
it
He
was.
could have literally said that out loud, and it would have been just as, why did he have to put that in his mind?
I know, it's too much. There's too much voiceover in it. I don't think the people at home are going to understand he wants to kill the Duke.
Did the voiceover appear in every version of this movie?
Well, they added it afterwards. I think it's one of those things like Blade Runner where
Yeah, I was going to ask.
I mean,
'cause
it always existed. This was in the theatrical, so
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
from the
think
start.
it was not intended to be in it until after they cut it together.
Because they're
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
nobody knows what's happening. What? He's like, why are you saying that? You're killing the mood. So that's just what she was thinking about, them in bed. And then I miss Caladan so much.
I guess it's harder to get moist on Dune. I guess that's what she's worried about.
Oh,
yeah.
man, that's great. I was hoping I wouldn't have to edit anything out of this.
You don't have to edit that out.
The pug's an interesting choice.
I love the matte painting of the gilding spaceship.
Look like Cylon Raiders.
That's true. They do. No, really, I think you need to make that.
Look at this
Let's go into
giant
the
ornate entrance
frame.
into the
It's
spaceship.
Yeah, that's a lot of work to put into like a.
Enter the
hangar.
space cathedral.
Inside is like Maximilian and Reinhold.
Oh, that commentary's got to be coming soon.
Yeah, black hole.
Soon they'll begin to fill its space.
Oh, is that what they're doing? I didn't know. Thanks for telling
Thanks,
me.
Dad.
I thought we were just going to hang
Thanks.
out here.
It's literally the basis of our entire existence. But thank you, Dad.
So is that part of the book? Do they have to go into that big cylinder?
Yeah, that's
they
how
go
they
into-
travel.
Okay.
Now, this is the worst miniature of all time.
It is true.
It looks like they just put some glue and just dropped a bunch of stuff on it.
What, this thing?
No, the close-up we saw a second ago.
Oh, okay.
Time
Oh,
to
too
make
good
the
now.
donuts.
Oh, there he is. His little hut body.
See, but that's just you're supposed to like picture that this is the inner part of the spaceship that this exists in, and it's hard. It's like it doesn't make any sense what
No,
you're looking at.
Correct.
Again, a big flaw of the movie, to Mike's point, is that they went so overboard on their set design that it became a hindrance to the viewing experience.
Was that his butt?
No, it's his mouth.
Oh,
Well,
you never know.
how do you know? Maybe it has a
Well, it's
Dual
because they
purpose.
showed the close-up of his
now.
mouth
It's
earlier.
folding space in gelatinous goo.
Okay.
That just looks like they're taking goo and folding it over and over itself.
Yeah, see, this is all so...
Time stamped.
Well, and it's just... I mean, just from the perspective of the movie itself, it's like... What the hell are we looking at?
Too much focus on the slug,
Yeah.
and not enough on the external, what's happening with the ship. Some of my favorite music in the score here.
This is Brian Eno. We're here.
Oh wow. They just
I think
dissolve.
the new movie portrayed that well.
I don't even remember.
This looks familiar.
Hey, it does. It's behind you.
Great music. Part of the reason why this movie has survived in such a good way in my brain is this music.
Don't leave me hanging, bro. Now that is Dino De Laurentiis' wife at the time.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that right?
Yeah, and
She has connected earlobes.
she's the mother of Raphael De Laurentiis.
Okay.
The saturation looks great. Okay, so now these are all supposed to be the major cities. I never got the scale and scope of Arakeen in this movie.
I mean, that shot looks good.
That shot looked good. But ooh. Okay, look. Heat waves. Heat waves. Makes
Yes.
sense, right?
Sure.
Not in the new movie.
What, heat waves?
Heat wave. The ship looks like it's lopsided, like it's leaning.
That's the fortress. Meanwhile, Conan and
Walt Chamberlain.
Walt Chamberlain are in the
And-
background. Yeah, what he doing?
Grace Jones.
Man.
Grace Jones was in part 2, wasn't
Grace
she?
Jones,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Yeah, come on.
Grace, you have the same
Cram.
birthday as Matt.
Never prayed to you before.
Clam. My lord.
They've cut so many of my scenes.
I just don't. He was so miscast in that role.
Yeah, I recognize his face, but I can't really think of anything else he's been in.
Solar Babies.
I'm watching Ozark right now, and he's in Ozark.
Oh, really?
He's in Ozark?
Yeah.
Thought he died.
No. He's. I don't know. I mean,
And I know he was in Solar Babies. That's all I really remember him from.
he was in Clear and Present Danger as well. Harrison Ford. I remember that.
Look at. Should we put this water in our backpack or something?
Richard Jordan. Yeah, he died in 93.
Wait, that guy?
So he can't be on.
He's
Ozark.
not on Ozark then. What
No.
the heck?
You're a liar.
Who the heck is that guy?
Oh,
Hey,
Thoofer, he
hey,
can't
hey,
take it.
hey. Really? How are you able to identify them from anything else?
Maybe I think really this movie takes like 30 watches to really get through and enjoy, and reading the book a few dozen
Well,
times.
can you imagine watching this in 4:3? You'd have no idea what you were looking at.
I had no idea what I saw. Look at this. Again, heavy hitter coming in.
Max
Dino,
von
fresh off the
Sydow.
Conan the Barbarian movie.
Was Sydow in
Another
that?
Dino movie. Yeah. He had a small role in Conan the Barbarian. Dino had them all, man.
Oh, yeah, he did. He was in that.
His stable was solid.
So you are Dr. Kynes,
Maybe.
the judge of the change, and the imperial ecologists. Our intelligence
Again,
tells us that there's
one of the cast choices, just like in Dread, brings a lot of credibility to
Okay.
the movie and the role.
Real quick, look at the guns that they're holding back there. What in the world?
Are you a felon?
It's like they're made out of wood.
They're from Caladan.
Here's our muskets.
We are in your hands, Doctor. Your gift of the still seals is much appreciated. Would you give us an explanation of their workings?
Maybe. No.
I don't think so. Whoa, hey. Dial it down.
Basically, it's a high efficiency filter and heat exchange system.
Put this here, you put this here, and you put that there, and then you put this here, and then twist that, and then you
I will say this is
snap
another.
there, and then
As
Hey,
funny
you're
as
done.
this scene is, this is pretty well straight from the book.
Yes.
Catch buckets from which you can drink through this tube. Urine and feces are processed.
Urine and
Oh, he said
feces.
whoa,
feces.
whoa. I'm not drinking that.
Urine and feces. I love how he's. I like how he
Paul's
said
already
feces.
Paul's already let several dinners out in his suit. He's got nothing but thigh pad poop all over him.
This water tastes like that pizza I had last night.
You still suit before.
No.
Your suit is fitted desert fashion. Who told you how to?
No.
No,
The internet.
Seemed the proper way.
Wait, where's he say this?
That it is, right here. Right here. He put the stealth suit on like he knew what he was doing.
That's one of my favorite lines of the podcast ever is when Mike goes, he put the suit on all by himself.
Well, as we can hear, it wasn't exactly.
No, but that line is more famous with me now.
You know, there's a scene coming up with the carry-all being, missing in the spice harvester. This is a great special effects scene coming up with the worm. I think
the
this is
worms look
fantastic.
pretty good in this movie. Should we tell someone? The Thopters don't even look like they should be able to fly.
Yeah.
They have.
I really like the
zero
ones in
basis
the
in
new
book.
one.
Look at
I
the
do too.
design on the console.
Yeah.
It's like copper
This
wiring.
is like a Flash Gordon
Yes,
ship
yes.
completely.
100%.
This could be in Flash Gordon.
I don't
Yes.
know. I think it looks a little rougher. Like, look at all that.
It's a lot going on in
It
there.
looks like Mr. Miyagi's like.
Hey, whoa, hey! up!
Mr. Miyagi's what?
It looks like his like workbench
Workshop.
or something.
Well, it looks like they're setting inside a moonshine still.
Yeah,
All the
I mean,
copper tubes and
we have to get this moonshine to the Duke boys, so they don't
the
run
Dune
across
boys.
Sheriff Little.
The Dunes of Hazard.
The Dunes of Hazard.
Oh, man. Oh.
Why do they come? To protect their territory. Vibrations attract them.
We must be a friend.
He must be something.
Wonder what was the giveaway.
He's hiding something about
He literally just told you everything.
the connection between the worms and the spies.
As I said, they defend the spice sand. As to their relationship with the spice, who knows?
See, that looks great. Color choices, everything was good there.
He's got his nice little poncho on.
Heart plug looks normal. Suppository, check.
Cigarette. How's it going? Nothing.
There are more enemy bodies coming in for inspection, Dr. UAF.
Okay.
Do you need a napkin, Thufir?
Is it like Ash Wednesday?
Man, they're
Thufir's lips are nothing but Kool-Aid.
No other cloud quite like it.
Worm sign. Is it worm sign?
Yes, big one.
You've got sharp eyes. May I?
No.
What are we? That's a lot to put in that microphone too. It's like
Yeah, there's another one right
10,000
next
years
to
in the future. That's the best you got.
yeah, no
They
kidding.
got two microphones in front
Don't
of
they
the
know
same
talking
station.
about Bluetooth headsets?
Worm sign on intercept course.
Very precise estimate. Who's on that unlisted flight?
What happens now?
I like the way he doesn't answer the guy. He just, who's on there? Anyway.
Try to get in close over the harvester. Find this interesting. That'll work until the very last minute.
Spotter control.
It's David Lynch
No sign of the
That's
carrier.
David Lynch right there. Yep.
It isn't answering.
with his high
There's a
pitch.
scar.
Yeah.
There's a scar.
You can really see it in the high definition. Do, 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 do. What is that?
That looks like a
thing?
terrible ride. That
What
looks
in the
terrible.
world?
That literally, if you were put in that, it's going 8 feet up and down, smashing the people in there.
That was really bad.
That
Don't
reminds
yell
me
at-
a lot of the. You remember the trike in Gentleman Broncos where the Cyclops is driving?
Yes. And he breaks his ankle.
Such a great scene. You see the actor holding on for dear life.
I know, and you in the blooper section, you found out he breaks his ankle. He's just sitting there going, "Ah!"
I don't remember that. I have to revisit.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
so good.
What did he say?
What?
What's up, Fristoda?
But look at that. That's a giant piece of set that they built too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That worm going in the sand did not look great.
No.
Maybe that
it
was under
looked
Paul's
small.
leather blanket.
Damn sloppy.
Really damn sloppy.
Get in here. Everyone get in. In, you too.
We're gonna be heavy, sire.
Oh, man. I had my fingers in my armpit. I just scratched my nuts.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. Whoa. We're back.
Well, they run out of film again.
This is great, though. This looks fantastic on the takeoff.
What's that you're saying?
It's a dirty limerick.
Even this music has a great epic quality that the new movie was just sorely lacking.
God, the music for the new movie was so bad.
Look at that. How great is that?
That worm is getting a maw full of sand.
Yeah.
Is that a sandworm?
Straight from the book.
Show's over, folks.
Someone is going to pay for this, I promise. He's more concerned over his pen than the spice.
Max von Sydow was only 37 years old right there.
My God,
What?
I'm older than him.
No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
Man.
You know what? He cares more about the men than about the spice. This is no Hawk-Hardy. I like this Duke.
See, now that looks like something the Hawkmen would have used in Flash Gordon.
I got to look it up. I
The
bet you
Duke's alive?
There's got to be some kind of bridge between Flash Gordon and this movie.
There
Oh,
must
sure
be.
there is.
There
I gotta
probably
look it
some
up.
prop reuse. They were
Not
both.
just that, just the set design. It has a signature in there somewhere. I gotta find it. Thank you for that extra loud sound effect of the boots.
Milady, the local people, the maids and servants await your inspection.
Great.
Howard has cleared them.
Oh, I love
Harkonnens may have tampered with them medically.
I'll pull out this thing that's something.
Man.
How accurate can this be? Is everyone's just walking around? Watch the shout out Mapes here.
My wife
Are you watching the monitor?
He's
What
not
are you
even
doing?
looking at it.
was you.
Oh, man. Looks like I'm leaving Arrakis again.
What's going on over there?
They must have killed.
Oh man, nasal hairs.
Why is this necessary?
He's hiding something. What is going on at the back? She got great eyes, doesn't she?
It's beautiful.
Oh no.
Now, where else was she from?
She's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
She was in Kindergarten Cop.
she sure was. Linda Hunt.
I know you can't hear me.
Okay,
'cause I'm
now
just
this
thinking
always
right
looked like those like meat salami rolls that you'd find at like the supermarket. I can't tell you how many times I rolled up like a piece of like bologna and pretended I was Paul. Like, I'm eating
Wow.
this.
now. Really?
Yeah, at least twice.
That's a great childhood.
You know, you gotta take it when you get it.
Yeah. That's tasty.
You know, they're trying their best here to show you that he's being inundated with spice on this planet, right?
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make sense. You know, until he tells you later on in a scene what exactly is happening,
Uh-huh.
it just doesn't make sense.
Ah, I'll get you, my
Oh.
pretty.
There's the mouse. I see the mouse.
He's having a waking dream.
Stop.
Is that Apollo's hand from Star
He's gonna-
Trek?
My children, be merry. Ooh, it looks like one of his mom's toys got out.
Oh boy.
I don't want to look at that. I hope she doesn't come in and start using it.
I brought my leather blanket at least. That looks so uncomfortable. Let's go to sleep with your leathers.
Now, I like when they do the perspective from inside. It has that weird
Yeah,
pendulum
the
thing.
pen-
Like, what is that?
It's high tech, man. High tech.
Now we will
But you know,
discuss
I-
the location
tell you
of your
though-
secret base.
That's it.
Again, not to keep not to keep going back and forth about
There
the
it
new
is.
movie, but
What is that?
it's bizarre. It's ticking.
I mean,
But you know, this scene in the new movie was a little confusing. I knew exactly what was happening, but it was a little confusing. This one spells it out pretty well. What's happening here?
Well,
The new movie, not so much.
well, that's because they whisper narrate the whole scene.
oh, good. It's getting away now. I mean, who is operating that thing? It's like,
It's the inner.
well, that can't be the real Paul because he's standing completely still.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Linda Hunt. Hey, so Mike, you like the God of War video game? She's the narrator of those,
Really?
Is it? Are you
according
sure?
to IMDb.
Wow.
I don't think that's right.
No,
Gaia? Is she Gaia?
It just says narrator.
Man, she's been around a long time then.
Hold on. I have to check this. She was in Popeye too.
Maybe that's what. Yeah, that's. Did Dino have a hand in Popeye also?
You know what? I don't know. I don't think so.
Is it all connected back?
Let's.
Is it all run
I think
back?
it might be.
I'm
It's
gonna
Robert
check.
Holt.
Nice alarm. Who's ringing the bell?
No. I don't see Dino on Popeye. I don't think that's her.
Set up a sonar probe immediately.
Huh.
Yes.
That's they've done it. They've done it.
Boy, I tell you, you really couldn't be epileptic if you were a mentat.
Oh, she did do the early games, but
Oh,
not
okay.
the third one. But she was.
Man,
That
Hey.
guy with the white hair.
Maybe don't point that right at your face. He like looks up and he's like blinking.
Love how he signs off, a Master of Assassins.
Vatican is under martial law. We have troops here, headquartered underground, subfloor 6 through 10. The rest of the troops are stationed in Attica.
What is on that guy's belt?
That's the shield generator.
It's just got wires hanging out.
They all have it.
Yeah, it is the shield generator.
That's a lot of hair there, Paul.
He does. Goodness.
Now, these ships look like what was in Battle Beyond the Stars. If you remember that.
No, I barely remember that movie. Ugh, man, that burrito ain't sitting right.
What am I looking at? What was that? What was that shot?
I don't know.
It's cut to something else.
They focused on it for some reason.
How's it going? Pretty good. How are you? Still trying to figure out what this stuff is.
Just making some moonshine. Don't mind me.
Do you have any pumpkin spice moonshine? Sell it at Gatlinburg.
Oh, the leather sheets. Dude, everybody's got the trots on a racket right now.
Paul, you're not wearing your still suit, buddy. You got to go in the treen, man.
I don't think you should drink that.
His thigh pads are everywhere. It's all messy now. Paul's abusing his still suit. He's going to bed with it just so he could pee his bed and crap himself at night.
I don't have a bedwetting problem. I'm just recycling.
I'm just eating it.
This noise she makes, her death rattle is awful. Did they stab her through her larynx?
How did he's the only one that came upon her like this? Yeah, she's rough.
Dude, they have blued her eyes.
Rough shape.
Oh. Message for you, sir. Yeah, he got shot with a studio light.
What? The house generators. We are wide open.
Why can't he
again
say that out
so
loud?
strange? You're getting an actual voice piece of dialogue, and then it goes straight to narration in his head. It's so bizarre.
Yui, why did he do this?
Why did you do this?
I wish to kill a man. Not you, my dear Duke.
But
You were already dead. But you'll get close to the Baron before you die.
you know, the weird thing about the book was everyone knew the Duke was going to die.
You can still
Remember, like that was the whole point. Everyone's like, the Duke's going to die. He's going to die. He can't be saved.
have a new poison gas tooth. He'll want you
The tooth.
gloat over you. One bite on this tooth and a strong exhale. Refuse. No, you mustn't. Because in return, I'll save the lives of your Paul and Jessica. For Paul.
The tooth. The tooth.
You know, just like the book, I'll give it credit.
The tooth.
We're about halfway through the movie right here, and
The tooth.
you know they're just now getting to the action of the movie. You know, it's taken halfway through the movie to get to this point.
The tooth.
The tooth.
The tooth. The tooth.
Well, he just pulled his tooth out and jammed that other one in there. That's not really
Sure,
how
it's
it.
pretty secure. No, the shield's the other way. Man, what did they drop?
You get hit by some Star Trek Enterprise debris right there.
Yep.
Oh, see, I think those are supposed to be their spaceships, right? Blowing up.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
the tradie ships.
Man, it's so hard to see what's going on.
There's the body bag, guys.
So no one's ever used these, right? No, never.
It's like formaldehyde smell.
Don't worry about it.
Is that hair?
That's
I found some fingernails in here. Is that?
I feel like I'm picking scabs off.
Some kind of poop in the thigh pad.
Those like seem the most impractical
I love how he's got the pug.
He's got the pug.
suits. Oh yeah. Maybe you should put that down. You might. Woohoo!
There's no leather bedding.
Scene I think is coming up as gross when he spits on her.
Oh yeah, it's always gross.
Just let the spit on your face.
Just some spittle.
We can't let ourselves be swayed by your witch's voice. We can't.
He's on the toilet.
I know.
Oh, I need more bran.
So much regret.
A goodbye to your sweet son. I want to spit once on your head. Just some spittle in your face.
So gross.
I know. I mean, why? Why?
So gross.
Wow.
What a luxury.
Piter's like, well, that was kind of weird.
I wish this was Paul.
That's a weird thing to think.
Unnecessary narration.
I wish.
How do I tell him I have no inner monologue?
I was the one who broke his imperial conditioning.
Piter, such a good character in the book too.
I thought of many pleasures with you.
I love that meme I sent earlier on our chain. Brad Dourif with all the eyebrows is sci-fi, and Brad Dourif and
No
with
eyebrows.
is fantasy. Hence Worm Tongue from Lord of the Rings.
What are your orders?
I love the way he delivers
Take
this.
them to the desert as the traitor.
With his hand motions.
The worms will destroy the evidence. The bodies must never be found.
Did they forget to
Great.
put in a laser bolt there?
Duncan's
Probably.
great
I love the fact their
Heroic
guns
sacrifice.
are flasks. Cowabunga! I love like there's no
That's it, Duncan. That's it.
there's no
Major
establishing
character.
shot to show that Paul is close by.
Yeah.
No. He just happens to be carried off.
I'm king of the hill.
Is that it, traitor? She lives. Here's to join her.
Yeah, it's the Tyler.
Join her.
Join her.
In the back. But
Look
this
at
is
that.
a good little. This is a good piece of dialogue here.
Look at that tray of food behind him.
Defeated me.
Well, you have.
You think I don't know what I gained from my wife?
Sold it. Sold it.
What do you think he meant?
Take it away. All right, so we are going to stop it right here. About halfway through our movie. Doesn't look like things are going well for the Atreides clan. But we're going to continue this voyage through Dune next week with part 2. So we hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are watching along with us. And if not, go back, start it over. Start the movie. Come on, join us. Join it. You want to join us like you were watching the whole time.
Join us. Rewind and join us.
But season 6 rolls on with Dune and all kinds of fun stuff. So stay tuned. Next week we're bringing part 2, and we want you to join us again. So
come back next week and we'll finish up Dune here on the Hyperspace.
You know you can't live without this content. So subscribe to the Hyperspace, podcasting in the 25th century. Follow us on social media, leave us a review, and join us next time as we take you into the 25th century.